Elon Musk, don't worry, just relax, all right? Just get it out of the way, just relax, it's okay. He tweeted that he's going to start a new party.
It's in reaction to the BBB, the One Big Beautiful Bill, which, come on, you've heard of the Big Beautiful Bill.
Mhm.
Don't make me do it. But Trump made it happen. He said, I want to sign it on July 4th. And he did it. And Elon's
livid, beside himself.
I'm shocked that we haven't seen more kind of tech titans, what have you, come out and be like, why are you destroying us? I feel like I missed something. These people are complaining about like,
Well, I'm not getting enough.
yeah, they're doing a great
I
job.
got my
but they-
ice cream sundae, but where are the chopped nuts? What was the point of Doge if he was just going to raise the debt by $5
Right,
trillion?
exactly.
And it's like, brother, we elected the leopards eat my face party, but I didn't think the leopards would eat my face. We got to run on sexy. I'm surprised he didn't call it like the sexy party or something cringy like that, or like the epic
I would see epic more than sexy.
bacon party.
The epic bacon party. And we are in business. We're back in business.
Oh, how
Should
was your holiday? If I
Should we pour one out real quick for
for who?
taking your shoes off at TSA?
Oh, wow. That's not what I was expecting. I haven't
Who
had
died?
I haven't had to take my. I thought you were gonna anything. I was like, were you gonna do like Diddy being released?
Nope, it was shoes.
But as someone who has pre-check and
I
has
haven't
had
done it
pre-check,
in.
I don't even
But
know what
I am.
that's like.
I'm
taking-
celebrating that maybe. I think as a pre-check person, you might have noticed the rise in
pre-check.
pre-checkers.
Yeah,
Sometimes you show up at JFK and you say, "Hey, wait a second.
I thought this was supposed to
I
be
was supposed
faster.
to be elite here.
more economical."
What happened to my status?"
I've definitely a couple times recently been in a situation where I thought that it was faster, and I looked over to the normie line, and it was quicker. Really annoying.
I've never really seen it. I've heard people who don't have pre-check say to me like, "Yeah, but sometimes those lines are so crazy." And it's like, sounds like someone without
The
pre-check.
international line at LAX can be a little hectic sometimes. There was a guy in front of me the last time I was at the international line who was huffing and puffing. And I said, "How much time do you have?" He said, 90 minutes. And I wanted to go, "Shut up.
90
No,
minutes.
just shut up, sir. Just shut up. You got plenty of time."
Where was he from? German.
He was from LA.
Oh.
Did you just throw out Germany? Where was he from? Germany. You know, in all my travels, I have found that there are stinky people in every nationality.
That's very progressive of you.
Stinky people.
You would that lady online. She would
What lady?
remember the lady who did the PhD and everyone was like,
Oh yeah. Well, I forgot about her. Just goes to show how you forget everything you read online. Name me one thing you read online in the last week.
the lady that she had a recent tweet about how she actually can't smell, the PhD lady, or she's allergic to perfume or something.
Wow. I don't wear deodorant, so I don't know what. Personally, I don't need it.
Well, that's a determination you've made, but not maybe everyone else.
Yeah. Well, hey, so why not go to benandemilshow.com and sign up. You get free 7 days free. You get the first 7 days free. You got to like and subscribe to the video. You got to leave a comment somewhere. I don't know where. You got to leave a rating on audio.
Leave a rating on audio, leave a rating on video, leave a rating. Just leave a rating.
And I got a bit of big news, folks. Hopefully this works. But you all know Dylan, right? Dylan, who previously died. He was working with us, but then he died. Well, he came back to life. And he and I and our psychotic, crazy, psycho friend, Steve, I'm sure he'll appreciate that. We're starting a show.
Ooh.
Starting a podcast. We're calling it 3 Thumbs Up.
That's fun.
So if you go to youtube.com/@3thumbsuppod, I'll put it in the description. Please go please hit the subscribe button. We're not going to post until we hit, I'm just going to say 5,000 subscribers. I was going to say
Wow.
10, but then that seems too ambitious.
It felt unrealistic.
It felt unrealistic because, I don't know. But we're very excited, and Dylan is excited to mumble on
Mumble.
No, he's not going to mumble. It's just that when we would have him chime in on occasion, he was like, I don't like talking. So he feels.
No, he's gonna love
be fine.
podcasting.
Yeah, he's gonna love it. He's gonna be on camera and talking, and oh boy.
Well, while we're doing plugs, why don't you go over to youtube.com/Emil DeRosa? I've been doing some fun live streams.
How often are you doing it? Once a day?
I tried. No. I try to do it like at least once a week. I want to do it more, but
are you going to upgrade and get a proper camera so you can no longer have it just on your thing?
Oh, it's a whole journey. There was I've gone from. There's been a whole plethora of audio and video issues, but I've honestly worked a lot of it out. You didn't have to suffer through any of the. If you join now, you won't have to have suffered through any of the tech issues, and it's all smooth sailing here. Still teaching myself some stuff, but it's
give them an incentive. What happens when you reach 10,000 subs? You're gonna take your shirt off?
Things are gonna get real wacky.
You're gonna shave your head?
Yeah, if I hit 10K, I'll get a proper camera.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a proper buzz cut or something.
But yeah, someone on Reddit said it's mostly politics, books, and tennis, and that's about right. If that stuff,
I feel like there's a huge audience for that.
The politics, books, tennis community is a huge one.
You should write a short film about tennis playing
politicians,
political
while they're reading books.
A political thriller author. Well, folks. Man, oh man, what a week in news. There's a lot going on, and keep it tuned right here because we're gonna fill you in like a creamy
donut.
What
were you gonna say?
Creamy donut.
Oh,
cream filled
donut. Okay.
Yeah. Do you like cream filled donuts?
It's not my first choice, but if it was like there's a box of donuts and I would share. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than biting into what you think is a cream-filled donut.
And it's jelly? I honestly kind of...
It's custard.
Oh. I think I might like jelly more.
Jelly? Yeah?
Well, there was a place... we're going to get off topic.
No, it's okay. It's the first couple minutes. Anything.
There was a place... It unfortunately closed.
Oh.
One of our friends had a... Is it Hanukkah they do the jelly donuts?
Yeah. It's... or I want to say Rosh Hashanah. No. I don't know. Go on.
I think it's Hanukkah. And I went to a Hanukkah party and someone brought the jelly donuts from this place. And I had so many and I literally couldn't stop thinking about them. And then I went to go get them and they were like, oh, it was just a Hanukkah thing. It's over. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then I waited an entire year, went back. They were delicious. And then they closed like shortly after.
Dude, what was the name of the donut shop? Was it a pastry shop or explicitly donuts?
Gemini Bake Shop.
Never even heard of it. I'm missing out on so much good food.
Well,
so
you'll
much
never
good
have
shit.
it.
Jelly donuts. Oh, my God. Yeah, it is Hanukkah. Anyway.
Delicious.
Delicioso.
But those are really the only ones I've had.
Bienvenidos a la podcast de Ben and Emil. So, Elon Musk, don't worry. Just relax, all right? Just get it out of the way. Just relax. It's okay. He tweeted that he's going to start a new party.
Which is nice for me because I had joined the Panikin party when that first started and it wasn't getting a lot of traction. I feel a little bit silly, but it's nice to be able to join the American party.
That's what he's calling it, the America party.
The
America party. And I got to say, this podcaster hates to admit that there's certain parts of it that I'm like, you know what? Fine. Okay. It's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
So there are certain parts of it. So a big part of it is because it's in reaction to the BBB, the One Big Beautiful Bill, which, come on, you've heard of the Big Beautiful Bill. Mm-hmm. Don't make me do it. But Trump made it happen. He said, I want to sign it on July 4th. And he did it. And Elon's
livid.
Pissed.
Beside himself.
Not for a lot. There's a lot in there. If you haven't looked, it's like, I mean, Trump basically wanted to get his whole platform into one big bill, which is honestly, as much as I hate this bill, you got to give it to him. He kind of just was like, I'm going to ram this fucking thing through.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be horrible for so many reasons. The Medicare stuff, the Medicaid stuff, the SNAP stuff, all of this stuff. But it was unsurprising. It's obviously going to be kind of horrifying. I think some of the estimates are, anywhere from like 10 to 17 million people are going to lose healthcare, 9 million people losing food benefits.
But hey, at least ICE gets a
No, that's good.
massive, from like 4 billion to 140
yeah,
billion?
which we needed.
That's good.
Because I was worried they wouldn't be able to like storm through LA anymore.
Well, who else is going to stop the frutas guy and the taco guys?
We've been too lenient with them, I would say. That part is very scary.
Dude, the most fucked up part is I've been seeing people talking. They've been showing traffic maps of Los Angeles, and traffic has been like kind of free flowing for the last few weeks. And they've been like, look at what these fucking illegals. Look at what happens when they're like too scared. I'm paraphrasing, but like, look at what happens when they're too scared to leave their houses. Look at all this, how traffic is flowing.
Traffic's good?
Because traffic is flowing now. And then one guy was like, I actually did the calculations. I've saved 30 minutes a day the last week alone. And he's like, that totals to like 4 days out of the year that these people have stolen from me. It's like, buddy.
Is there like actual data to back this up?
Brother.
I feel like
I don't think so. I think it's speculation.
Because I feel like I've been driving and it's been
bad.
I mean, the past couple of weeks I feel like have been worse than usual, but
they posted them like during rush hour, and it was like, wow, yeah, it's fully green. And my drive down from Orange County the other day, which would normally take like an hour and 10 minutes, going back up was like 40. But it's probably the holiday weekend too. It's hard. It's tough to say.
I mean, I have no idea.
I mean, there's no denying that people are a good contingent of people are probably terrified and staying home.
I mean,
and I can't imagine how awful
I don't know
feels.
if it made national news, but here in LA, everyone was talking about it yesterday. We don't know exactly who it was. They're just some kind of federal agency was rolling through MacArthur Park with their ridiculous military vehicles and then storming a soccer field.
Dude, did you see them? Like, it looked like they were sweeping it for like mines or something. They had a whole line of them on horseback, and then a bunch just like slowly walking through the field. And then it turns out it was for
a show of force,
but for like a commercial, right? Or something?
I don't know. Someone speculated that they wanted to do a TikTok or something like that, but the only
set it up and dance like everybody else.
Substantive thing I saw was Ken Klippenstein had some like leaked documents saying it was some kind of show of force. They were doing like Operation Excelsior or something.
Wow. I love that it's slightly sped up because it makes it look like it's from the 1920s, or it did at first.
But, you know, with this...
America's bravest right there.
With this new budget, this could be coming to a town near you. I mean, dude, this looks like stuff you see in movies in like 1970s Brazil or something.
It's fucking crazy because it's like so many of us have been talking about it happens slowly and then all at once. And it feels like we're on the cusp of the all at once part.
Yeah, this is not
what and to what end? What the fuck are they do? What is the point to like is it ultimately for when it comes time to vote that they've just suppressed everybody and everything?
Brother, I don't think there's going to be a time to vote.
Dude, yeah.
I don't know. But the cool thing is wait till they get the bigger budget. We can really we can really see what
then we'll have drones.
They're going to do. No, I don't think it's good. I also don't like the people joking about me getting deported in the Reddit. It is very funny.
People are saying that
because there was apparently some guy who...
No, we won't let that happen.
Apparently, I didn't even read it. I just saw the headline. They were like, Emil's going to have to start speaking Jamaicanese or something like that because some guy was born in Germany to military family and...
Just like you.
And I guess he was deported
to Jamaica?
And they were like, Emil's getting deported.
Why would they... First of all, Wagwan.
Yeah, I don't think there's any there's rationality to it. I mean, people are ending up ending up in a country you're not from is like
get ready to learn Jamaicanese. Why would you call it that? Is that
I
that's
think
not
he was
what
joking.
It's, yeah, sure. World ain't ready for Emil speaking patois.
I'm not ready.
Hey, gang, we got to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's show. It's Factor Meals. You know, summer's here, which means we got more sun, more light.
More taking your top off at the beach.
More taking your top off at the beach. And it means, you know, one of the things, it means that you've got more time to just relax and do what you want. But it also means that you're going to be spending more hours cooking inside, potentially, unless you got Factor, right? Because Factor's got chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals that are ready in just 2 minutes, taking the hassle out of eating well.
Look, if you want to eat healthy, but also not break the bank, that could be really difficult. But you know what? Factor's got you covered.
Biggest thing is the Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat. They're perfect for any active lifestyle over summer and beyond. With 45 weekly menu options.
45.
You can pick gourmet meals that fit your summer gains and goals. Choose from options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more.
You're a Protein Plus guy, right?
I'm particularly privy to the Protein Plus and the Keto. These things taste so tasty,
Factor
folks.
powers your day, sun up to sundown, with nutritious breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. Factor has your whole day covered. Enjoy more this summer. Get Factor if you want all the flavor and none of the fuss.
So get started at factormeals.com/Bays50off and use code Bays50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code Bays50off at factormeals.com/Bays50off for 50% off plus free shipping. Factormeals.com/Bays50off. Ay. Well, so maybe Elon's new party can help that. And it's funny because...
But yeah, he's more pissed about the...
he's pissed about the budgie.
The
spending.
The huge... that, you know, his whole thing was Doge and getting the government spending down. And now this is going to add, I guess, depending on whose estimates you're going by, somewhere around $5 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, all this, the Medicaid cuts, all this stuff, it seemed predictable. It doesn't make it any less horrifying. But the thing that's been so hard to wrap my mind around that I'm kind of with Elon on is some of this like stuff that's going to be so bad for American industry and just it feels like suicide. I don't quite understand it. This like complete turning their back on any kind of green energy and any kind of
not only turning their back, but like leaning into the bad shit.
Oh, and actively trying to punish it, and it's bizarre.
It's so bizarre. These people are so vindictive and
to be clear, I don't mean that in like a Greenpeace climate change activism type way, which like obviously we do need it for that kind of stuff, but like we're like refusing to participate in the next economic booms and stuff, basically. While China invests in all this, I mean, all the stuff we've been joking about how like, look, they have all these incredible trains and all these new things. The amount they've been investing is unbelievable. And we were doing a little bit to catch up. Like Biden's IRA was, I think a lot of people were annoyed that it didn't go further, but we were taking steps to do that. But this is a bizarre move that I just don't. And Elon's pissed about it too. So while he's posting about all this like American party stuff, I saw him posting a lot of
posted a lot of epic memes. First of all,
well, a lot of like stuff about what China's doing. A lot of these like insane towers they're building out in the middle of the ocean that can create just like so much power. It's
dude. This is. I mean, I've talked about this before, but I just can't get over it. My friend in China vlog is coming. Don't worry, one day. But he posted a video. He went to a dealership. I forgot what brand of Chinese car it is, but it's basically their Rolls Royce.
And it's electric.
This thing is so advanced and so I can't even. It just looks so luxurious and so nice. And the price point was like $95,000, and it was just beyond. Like he's sitting in the back seat. And you know the little lip where the window goes down. He rubs his hand along that, and it controls the dimmer of the like tint.
Wow!
And then there was one. I was like, "Oh, is he like in a different part of the thing?" No, in the back seat, fully instead of like a privacy guard, full TV comes down, and it's psycho.
Yeah,
it's
I
insane.
mean we made so many jokes, but at this point it's crazy. I mean, it's not just like all the train stuff we've been joking about, but like their electric car industry. We were trying to keep up a little bit with like batteries and solar, which is which everything was getting so much cheaper and proving to be such an efficient and much cheaper energy source. It's like we're choosing to just like not take part in the next step in like
but nuclear
innovation.
Nuclear is still on the table, right?
Yeah,
they are going for that, which is something.
Sure,
but
China still got us beat.
Oh, they're kicking our ass everywhere.
But yeah, I mean, they were kicking our ass so bad even before we decided to do this. So China installed 277 gigawatts of utility scale solar last year alone. America installed 121 gigawatts total. That gap is going to exponentially grow. They also built 41 gigawatts of offshore wind. America built 174 megawatts.
Oh, that's not good.
About 0.4%.
And Trump famously hates wind. He thinks that they're ugly and they kill birds.
Yeah, their share of the electric vehicle market soared past 50%. Last year we were 10%. We all know about their high-speed rail network. They basically just like built from scratch and covered the country. It's bizarre to just It's hard to it's funny. I like was sitting there being like, what is the plan? And I was reading the American Prospect, and they had this very good headline of just, is the Republican Party a Chinese communist conspiracy? Because it's like the only way it starts to make sense. You're like, what other?
Dude, truly. I can't. That's what my head has just been. I truly don't understand. I'm like, how can anyone with a functioning brain and critical thinking skills, especially in politics, the ones leading our country, how is there not? I just don't understand the mental gymnastics involved in.
Trump already came out and said there's probably going to start to be blackouts by like the late 2020s, 2030. And you're just like, okay,
Sure.
but why'd you do that?
Why? Yeah.
And while everyone's screaming about how we're going to need so much more energy, like the AI revolution is coming, I don't understand. It's very weird. And so like, that's where I'm like,
there's so many contradicting things.
I find a little bit of the stuff Elon's saying about the American Party moronic, but I'm shocked that we haven't seen more kind of industrialists, tech titans, what have you, come out and be like, why are you destroying us?
Yeah. Well, Peter Thiel is he loves it. He thinks, I truly don't know what these people's plan is, but Peter Thiel famously thinks that we need we need a new king.
But that's what
people crave kings.
I read that. I mean, I watched that entire.
Look at Burger King.
I watched that entire Ross Douthat interview.
The
one
you sat and watched the entire fucking. Yeah. Did you watch it on 1.5 speed?
No, they didn't even. I was trying to see. So I obviously looked for that, and they didn't have it on the New York Times player. Oh. So I was like, maybe they put it on YouTube, because sometimes they put them on both. They didn't even have it on the YouTube, so I had to watch it on 1X. But it was very weird to watch, because I watched it before the Big Beautiful Bill passed, and so I find it even weirder now. He spends a large chunk of it kind of like crying about, he's just wishing we were, he's like, why aren't we further along? Like, why don't we have more innovation? Like, why aren't we living in this great age of,
abundance?
Yeah. And, but then he talks about how and so I decided what I had to do was back Trump. And I'm like, he's actively
taking us backwards.
Destroy it. I mean, I'm so lost. I'm like, he can't connect it. I mean, he brings up past things. He was like, he was talking about how, what a disaster the New Dealers were and all that stuff. But then he's like, look, I have my problems with the New Dealers, but they at least knew we had to invest in science. And I'm like, brother, it's all connected. What? I don't. And he talks about like Kennedy and the space program and stuff. And I'm like, I feel like you're so close. We can have a public-private partnership here.
And I think it's so easy when you're worth so much money and you're so separate from the rest of society and so isolated. It becomes very easy to just view society and everything in these absolutes and in these like, well, why can't everything be like running a company? That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is at the end of the day. It's like, brother, no, it ain't like running a company.
He's like off the deep end. I mean,
and he looks like shit. He looks like he's dying of
I would like to know.
Thanks.
They need to tell us what happened to him. I want to know what does that to a person. They can't just you can't just trot that guy out and not tell me what's going on.
He looks scared all the time.
Yeah.
He's got like he's got zins in his mouth that the rest of us couldn't even handle. Probably he's got 20 milli vanillis in there.
He's got some kind of news in we don't even know about.
Oh God, yeah. Can you imagine?
No, but I mean, he's on a whole. You definitely saw the clip that went viral of him, the Ross asking him.
Do you think humans deserve a future? And he's like, well,
and then he goes, yes, but it's like, wait.
Was he talking about like transhumanism and like cyborgs?
Yes, he said, yes, but huge pause, transhumanism and Orthodox Christianity. It was like, what is going on in there? So yeah, he's on a whole other trip. But I mean, also for me, it's very weird. Like, why? It seems like the Democratic Party was the perfect place for all these guys. Like they were ready to like, I don't know, give you everything you wanted. It was just like, I feel like I missed something. Was it all just woke stuff?
That's the thing. I think that's what it was. I think Twitter just sent us down a path.
Elon Musk got everything he could have ever dreamed of from the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Obama stepped in and saved the company, like basically made it, everything flourished for him under these.
I mean, look at the stock price. He's the richest man in the world. What else do you want, son?
That's actually a great point. These people are complaining about like.
Well, I'm not getting enough.
Yeah, they're doing a great job.
I got my ice cream sundae, but where are the chopped nuts? God damn it!
But so I'm with them on that. I'm with them. I also don't think we should commit national suicide. I don't think that's like a great idea.
Seppuku, national seppuku.
But I have a hard time. Obviously, was trying to piece together. Nothing official's happened. He didn't like. I think as of right now, we can't like. I don't think I can like sign up for the America Party or anything.
My favorite thing is two. The Tesla stock dropped 7% at the start of trading on Monday because this happened over the weekend. Look at that! Look at that drop! Ba-boom! And number two,
people were pissed. They thought he was gonna stay. His whole thing was, "I'm gonna stay out of politics," and people were. Tesla investors at least were happy about that.
And by the way, they were. It rallied back. It's really funny. The Tesla, just speaking to Elon's hubris and just his stubbornness, which is a major character flaw that I think Tesla investors and the board are starting to wake up to, is his whole thing with the self-driving cars was, we can do it without LiDAR, and we're going to do it with cameras. But now it's been popping up that some of these robotaxis in Austin have LiDAR. But there were a bunch of fake filings, like you said, with the Federal Election Commission. And my favorite thing, as you pointed out, some of them were registered to like random Proton Mail accounts. There was one, went snowboarding at yahoo.com.
Yeah, probably just a bunch of troll. So a bunch have been registered, but it doesn't seem like it's.
Why? And what's the point of that? What the fuck do you get out of that?
Maybe they think it's like a
domain.
Maybe they think it's like pump fun. You got to be the first one to get there. I don't know.
Or like what is that called? Domain squatting, where you buy a.
Maybe they think they can get a nice little payout from.
Like me when I bought Pinocchio.xxx, thinking I would be able to hold Disney ransom.
I do have to say, I think I
like that idea.
I think extorting Elon is a good idea always, man. But there are some parts where I don't necessarily agree with his platform, but I don't necessarily think it's the worst idea. But because at first I thought he was going to try to run a presidential candidate, which he's not doing.
No.
But before we even get to that, so you have to piece it all together from his tweets. He doesn't have a real, but this is the platform he's saying. America's party will be focused on, number one, reduce debt, responsible spending only. So I think he would totally be in line with, and has said, we want to cut entitlements. I mean, this is the guy who was waving the chainsaw around.
Which he then, speaking of the chainsaw, someone tweeted him and said, hey, maybe it wasn't such a good idea to brandish that chainsaw on stage. And I got to give him credit. He responded and he said, yeah, in hindsight, that wasn't a wise decision or a good look or something. Millet handed me the chainsaw and I went on stage and blah, blah, blah.
There was honestly quite a bit of, as I was going through his feed to try to piece together the platform, there was quite a bit of, I don't know, reflection humility? Or introspection. I don't know if I'd go that far to humility, but like introspection, because someone else was, I thought he was going to kind of pop off on some of these people, but someone else was like, dude, you got used. Like Trump, you're an idiot. Like he fully got everything he wanted from you, blah, blah. And he just posted a little like sad emoji. It's like, holy shit.
Wow. He's waiting. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to reduce the debt. Responsible spending only. Modernize military with AI/robotics. Pro-tech. Accelerate to win AI. Less regulation across board, but especially in energy. Free speech. Pro-natalist, which is a crazy thing to have in your...
Pro-natalist is just like have babies, right?
Bunch of, we got to repopulate. And then just blanket centrist policies everywhere else.
Oh, all right.
Which means like what?
Okay,
Nothing.
what does that mean?
There's not much.
Yeah. He did. I did like, just speaking of the sad face, he did tweet, what was the point of Doge if he was just going to raise the debt by $5 trillion?
Right, exactly.
And it's like, brother, it's what is it? The leopards ate my face party? Isn't that the popular meme? We elected the leopards eat my face party, but I didn't think the leopards would eat my face.
Right. I don't know. We've talked about so many people now who have, there's been a good amount of people who have kind of come around and been like, yeah, I don't know. I threw my lot behind him because I thought it was going to work out. And it's just like, he's not going to do any of those things. I mean, actually, I should say some people are, I'm sure, very happy. Like those women who, the old ladies at the rallies who were holding like mass deportations now signs. Those ladies did the right thing. If that's what you were voting for, like you're getting what you want.
Hats off to you, ladies.
Yeah,
congratulations.
You should be happy.
Yeah.
But so many of those people have like, I didn't vote for this. It's like,
yeah, he said the speculation, like you said, is not that he's necessarily going to run a presidential candidate, because that famously won't work. There's something called, in my researching about this, Duverger's law, which states that people tend to not vote third party for fear of splitting their vote. That's why there's such a chokehold on the two-party system. So it's likely that he would stick more to senators and representatives, and
which honestly
keep it there for now.
It's not so basically
not a bad idea.
Elon's move: target just 2 to 3 Senate seats. This is he retweeted. It's one of his like fanboys. Target just 2 to 3 Senate seats and 8 to 10 House districts. Skip the national circus. Hit where margins are razor thin. He's pulling millions on X, has an existing PAC, and could crowdsource signatures quickly and easily. If he pulls it off, could be the biggest disruption to U.S. politics in recent memory and the beginning of a new third-party era. I think this party is a joke, and I think a lot of these things are ridiculous, but that's not a bad strategy. And he's got the money to do it. The thing is, I don't know if he can pull it off. He's torched a lot of his goodwill. His last kind of foray into politics was the Wisconsin thing, and people pretty roundly were like, get the fuck out of here, dude. And he spent a lot of money in Wisconsin and was like doing the whole thing of, remember in Pennsylvania, we're giving out like $1 million bucks a day.
Yeah, wow, Jesus.
So
totally forgot about that.
If he actually, 8 to 10 reps he bought could potentially mean the difference of not passing the one big beautiful bill.
Yeah.
2 to 3 Senate seats as well. It was it came down to a tiebreaker with JD Vance. So it's not the worst.
Yeah. And I think people are so disillusioned with both parties, especially in light of the Epstein stuff, which we're about to get to. But I think that something like this is just crazy enough to work.
But people hate him now.
Yeah, they do. But
or maybe they still like him. I don't know.
It's very possible for people to come around, especially people on the right who have been so disillusioned again by this like Epstein shit. It's really bad. Trump also tweeted out or truthed out this long ass thing being like, oh, Elon's going crazy or something. And all he wrote back was, I don't even know what he replied. It was some shit like,
do we have the Trump tweet?
I didn't read all that, but
yeah, he did the meme.
He did the
Trump truth or whatever it is.
It's too much to fucking read, but it's psycho. And then did you see what he said today? Elon?
No.
He said that Steve Bannon is in the Epstein list.
Interesting.
Yeah. Can you imagine jerking that guy off on the massage table? Can you imagine jerking any of these guys off on the massage table?
Yeah, I can't imagine jerking a lot of them off.
Or just giving them a massage for that matter? Jesus Christ.
It's not something I'd like to imagine. I don't know. because he did the poll, right?
Mm.
66% of people said they wanted the. I think they said, I want a new party, not
Yeah.
necessarily this party.
This
Those two things are different. I mean, that's also nothing new. I think the vast majority of people are registered as independents in this country, not
The vast majority? No, it's like 1%. There's like 7. Oh, wait, that's libertarians. Libertarians have the most.
Just like independent, like I'm not registered as Democrat or Republican.
Oh. I think so. I think you're right. I want to throw a couple stats out there for you guys. Just on the Duverger's law, vote splitting from a third party exceeded the margin of victory in 3 presidential elections: 1844, 2000, and 2016. So huge shout out to Gary Johnson.
Wait, what is it?
Vote splitting exceeded the margin of victory in 1844, 2000, and 2016 for the presidential
But wouldn't
election.
Gary Johnson votes more likely go to Trump than?
I mean, I think it was that the amount that was siphoned into Gary Johnson was substantial enough to it
But
weighed
libertarians lean right. That would probably mean that Trump would have won.
They would have. Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah, I think.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how. If a
Mm.
libertarian had a ranked choice vote, I don't know how they'd go. But
I think it was still just the fact that the splitting exceeded the margin of victory. Period.
Oh.
Yeah. There's that Truth Social post. I'm saddened to watch Elon Musk go completely, quote, off the rails, essentially becoming a train wreck over the past 5 weeks. Oh my God. He even wants to start a third political party despite the fact that they've never succeeded in the United States. Not necessarily
Wow, this is
true.
so long.
Dude, it's way too long. He starts bitching about the EV mandate. No more EV mandate. I have campaigned on this for 2 years, and quite honestly, when Elon gave me his total and unquestioned...
That's...
Dude, it's...
Not to defend Elon. It's crazy to say that when you were just on the lawn with these freaking Teslas.
Yeah. I know.
Which would have forced everyone to buy... whatever.
My favorite thing is about Ross Perot. So I actually have I'll try to find it at some point, but I've got a photo of my dad wearing a Ross Perot I think 92 shirt. Would it be 92? I think it was.
Yeah.
Or 94. No, yeah, 1992. He started in 1995 the Reform Party, and I did not know this, but in 92 he won 18.9% of the popular vote.
That's wild.
That's fucking huge, man.
Yeah, there's
and he was on to something. Trump, and I didn't know this, Trump was part of Ross Perot's Reform Party in his fledgling 2000 presidential campaign.
I actually didn't even know he ran in 2000. I thought it was a...
Well, he didn't run, but he started to.
Oh.
And he was part of Ross Perot's Reform Party. And the Reform Party was focused on... And when you read it, it's like, this sounds so sensible and nice. It was focused on fiscal issues, term limits, campaign finance, and lobbying reform.
I actually don't know anything about Ross Perot except for...
hold on here. Hold on a minute.
Honestly, that. I remember...
Now, hold on.
Was it Dana Carvey?
Oh, yeah, Dana Carvey did
Dana
him on
Carvey
SNL.
doing
yeah.
it on SNL.
Because he was allowed to debate...
6?
He was allowed to debate George Bush, and he was on the debate stage with George Bush and Bill Clinton.
Right. He reached whatever like polling or fundraising goals you have to
Ross
make.
Perot. Damn, he died in 2019 from Dallas, Texas. Now, hold on a minute. He's like a King of the Hill character. Anyway, then we had Buchanan and Nader ran on or were attempted to do the Reform Party as well. And so if you look at his Wikipedia page, Ross Perot accused Republicans of sabotaging him and especially his daughter's wedding. And then apparently because he was distracted with that, he got called a quitter in the press, and that like never left him. He was always referred to as a quitter.
Never let him label you a quitter.
Dude.
The minute the media labels you a quitter, you're done.
And then you had Jesse Ventura in 1998. The Minnesota governor ran on the Reform Party.
Didn't he win?
Yes.
Jesse the Body Ventura?
Jesse Ventura. 9/11 was an inside job. And yeah, oh God, there he is. Holy shit. If you haven't seen Predator, go watch it. It's not the Jeffrey Epstein biopic. It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger picture, and Jesse Ventura's in it. But Teddy Roosevelt was also another third party. He ran in 1912 on the Bull Moose Party. after having won 2 elections in a row as a Republican.
The Republican Party famously.
Don't look at the screen. I have a pop quiz for you. What 3 presidents were independents?
Were one as independents?
Like sort of technically. It's just like what 3 presidents were like technically independents? Neither Republican nor Democrat.
But like even when they, so it has to be like post.
Mm. One is kind of it's tricky, but
why don't you just tell? I don't know.
George Washington.
Wait, what? I mean, that's
George Washington was technically an independent.
Okay, but all right, I was confused because you said not Democrat or Republican. Those are kind of modern constructions.
Yes, because the Whig Party at one point was like a thing. But Tyler and Johnson, who both became independents because they were unpopular within their parties, and they were both elected because their president died while they were in office, and then they were just like kind of thrust into it. But
interesting.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. And so yeah, now here we are with
I'm joining the party, okay?
Yeah, we're joining the America Party. Why not?
Because I just love it. I love centrist values.
Yeah.
I would like someone to explain what that means. When you just go like, and then centrist policies for the rest. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that include?
That's not a real thing.
Yeah.
That's what everyone should do. We're just doing like centrist stuff.
I'm surprised they didn't call it the Overton Party.
I'm surprised he didn't go with a more annoying name. I mean, it's pretty prosaic. You know what I mean?
I mean, there are a lot of different. Yeah. Well, his whole thing, he's got the America PAC anyway, so he's already on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, he apparently, he was alluding to fixing some voting machines in Pennsylvania. So who knows? Maybe he won't have to spend that much money. Maybe he can just do a little tinkering with his
I'm hacked into the mainframe kind of shit.
Tinkering with his Doge broccoli boys.
It's so fucking. I was going on his X account. Sorry, Twitter, because I have him muted now. So I forgot like the dude even exists.
I know I had him muted. Like going through his timeline, I had to keep being like, it's like this is from an account you muted. I'm like, I know. I'm trying to figure something out. Trying to figure out what the American Party platform is.
He posts his gaming stuff and his name on there.
Oh, you mean Kekius Maximus?
Kekius Maximus.
I guess you just don't love a good old fashioned joke.
Jesus Christ, dude. Kekius Maximus ranked #1 ranked hardcore. Like, dude, 4chan, you're really trying to claim 4chan shit? He's just like a giant child, man.
I don't even know. What game is it?
I don't know. Look at Diablo or...
Oh, wow. He posted a full 15-minute clip of just him playing.
Him gaming?
Yeah.
You can't even tell if it's him gaming. There's no picture of him. Well, Kekius Maximus. Shut the fuck up. All right. I don't know what to
God bless him.
God.
We'll keep an eye on it. I'm very curious what congressional districts he's going to target, which Senate seats he's going to target.
15 children, and he's got time enough to play epic win battle on for 15 minutes.
I would say if you're like a young progressive trying to maybe get into a Republican district where the Democrats are asleep because they're like, we lose every time anyway, let's just run whoever. Keep an eye on what Elon's doing. Maybe he's going to split a vote with the Republican who normally wins, spending a bunch of money on the American Party. In comes some plucky,
sexy,
progressive, sexy. So
we got to run on sexy. Surprised he didn't call it like the sexy party or something cringy like that, or like the epic.
I would see epic more than sexy.
Epic bacon party.
The epic bacon party.
Man, I will say the lore on. I remember reading about the 4chan Keck lore in like 2015. It really is wild. I can't remember the details of it, but I understand why some of those young men got totally
radicalized.
Oh yeah. just sucked in of like, oh my God, it's divine intervention. It's crazy.
There is also who knows? There's an opportunity for this friction between Trump and Elon to get much worse too. It could
yeah.
If
didn't we have that on our bingo card for the year?
Yeah,
that they were going to split up.
If God is good, they will both somehow take each other down.
I'm just looking at that pendulum of justice and I'm waiting. It's up there and I'm like, when's it going to swing back this direction?
I don't know. It might have a little higher to go.
Yeah, it might have a little further. Well, I mean, so with Epstein, this poor guy,
Poor Epstein.
He's not even around to defend himself.
Yeah.
I mean, Here you had
I don't think he has to be. I mean, people are doing a great job for him.
Yeah. You had this couple. They're so in love. A fairy tale.
Who's that?
Love story. Jeff Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine.
Yeah. Beautiful woman. Totally just a babe. I mean, I don't understand why you need to get massages when you got that at home. It's like the Paul Newman quote. Why am I going to go out for burgers when I got steak?
Were they like fully romantic lovers? Though?
I don't know, man.
Oh, okay. You're just. I think they.
I thought that they were. Were they just best friends?
No, I think they probably. I don't know. But I thought maybe I missed that they were like, because they weren't married or anything.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Did you know that you heard about that conspiracy that she was like the most powerful Reddit user?
No.
Really?
I've never heard this conspiracy.
Wow. The u/Maxwell Hill. You don't have to pull it up because it's just this username. I mean, Maxwell Hill is the username. Was like the most, like the biggest Reddit power user of all time in terms of karma points and all that shit.
Wow, I never thought about the most active Reddit user. Went
dark the day before she got arrested and has not posted since. And yeah, wow, here we go. I did the process of scraping all of Maxwell Hill's comments. I mean, it's just, these are just stats, it looks like.
Yeah, but last post, June 30th, 2020, Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested in Bradford, New Hampshire.
Yeah. And some of them, some of the most recent posts by that account were pretty damning of Jeff Epstein. Wow, r/Epstein. Who the heck is on that thing? Jesus.
I bet Christ. A lot of people really, I never like really waded into the.
Me neither. It was I just didn't, because so many right-wing like Pizzagate people were in on it. I was like, there's something. I know objectively from the documentary that I watched and everything that he was a like pedophile, sex trafficker, kidnapper, you name it.
Had an island where he
had a sex island, a groovy sex island.
The reason we're talking about it is because there's a huge schism in Trump land now because of the promise to release the Epstein files is not going to be fulfilled. Another one where it's like he just was never going to do it. Yeah,
because he's he's one of the ones on the list. Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi. Bondi's the beach. I'm not going to give her that.
She could be named after a beach. She looks like a beach.
No, she's not good enough.
She looks like a beach girl.
Bondi Beach is better than that.
That's sacred to you, Wallaweeb.
These three, it is very sacred. It's beautiful. It's heaven on earth. Huge shout out to everybody in Bondi Beach. Oh, also a huge shout out to that Australian actor who just died.
Heath Ledger.
No.
Rest in peace to a legend.
I forgot his name, but he was on that show Nip Tuck that I watched, and he was just recently in the Nick Cage movie The Surfer. Great actor.
Nick Cage was in a movie called The Surfer?
Yeah. Yeah. What was his name?
That looks brutal.
Scroll down.
Oh my God, 1.8.
Julian McMahon. Yeah, he died. He's in the trailer and he goes, "Hey, mate, you got to get out of here. You don't belong here." Something like that. Anywho, all these fuckers were like, "Oh, as soon as I get in there, you bet I'm going to release all that shit." Pam Bondi even said, "The list is on my desk." And she got pressed today about that. The press secretary got pressed about it the other day about that. And her rationale was, I meant list like figuratively, like the whole package was on my desk.
I saw the Catherine Levitt thing where she was like, if you go back and look at what she said she had a list that she had to review, not that it was the actual list.
Yes. And Trump, even when he was just asked about it, he said, "Are you guys still talking about this?" Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You guys are still on this?
There's something impressive about it.
What?
Just his like entire, I don't know, even watching that, just making everyone else feel stupid for even being like, "Hey, you said you were going to do this." And
well, you guys are still talking?
The reporter asks Pam Bondi, and he cuts in and goes, "Pam, do you mind if I say something?" Are we we're still talking about this?
Yeah.
It's just like the most impressive gaslighting I've ever seen in my life.
And one of the big controversies, of course, is that there's like a minute of security footage from Epstein's prison that's missing. And Bondi said that's actually an anomaly from the fact that every night it
They have to redo
it
it.
resets.
Yeah.
And actually, so every night there is a minute missing, and we're going to publish previous. It's like she said, we're going to publish previous footage that shows that a minute is missing. It's like, oh, so you could probably just go in and delete that minute and say,
I don't know if you saw, but I saw this earlier. They did find the missing minute. I just sent it to you, Connor.
oh, this is going to be either real or funny.
They found the missing minute.
Wow.
It actually.
Oh my God! Is that Hillary? Whoa!
I do. You know what? I also do have to give.
That's incredible. That's a bombshell.
I'm
not her, but like the story. She was once a bombshell. She was pretty hot.
I am shocked that they didn't just like release this and go like, it was her. I should lock her up.
Truly. I mean, I would give it 50-50 odds that he retweets that. And tries to skirt the blame on her because she is the deep state. I mean, that's their whole thing. They've been all of these MAGA. See, I said it right this time.
MAGA.
All these MAGA guys are now just bending over backwards, going, "Listen, guys, this was all taken care of before Trump even got in office. The deep state did everything that they could. The people at the FBI, the people at the CIA, they worked together to delete everything." So then why isn't Bongino and Patel and why aren't they all coming out and saying that outwardly? Because why aren't they saying this was a massive cover up and it was all, instead they're just going, yeah, we didn't find anything. The official report says we did not uncover evidence that would predicate an investigation into third parties. In other words, the over 1,000 victims with videos and photos and hard drives and all this stuff, they're saying it was just Epstein.
Flight logs, all of it.
He was just a big pervert, and he liked getting sucked and jerked off by underage girls.
He also did kill himself.
And it was just him, and he did kill himself.
And that was because of a lack of evidence. He was so distraught in his jail cell that there was just
there is evidence. There's evidence against only him.
Right.
I mean, the guy loves to collect evidence against himself. You would think, everybody.
But they've all got their marching. I mean, it's very clear to see what happened. Like if you just watch anything that happened with the big beautiful bill, I mean, all these people, there was like, they had a group, Thomas Massie had a group of Republicans who were like, we're
ready to do it.
We're ready to do it. We cannot do this. I mean, it's political suicide. When the Medicaid cuts and all this stuff hits, they're going to have such a hard time electorally. And they were like, we're going to fight this thing. They all independently had meetings with Trump. They came out and they go, you know what? We made no changes to the bill, but I like it now. I think. I wonder,
what did he say behind closed doors? Did he say, "You guys don't understand. This is my 10-year"? Does he have a longer term plan that we're just not privy to because we're just plebs?
I would imagine there was some of it that was like, I could make your life hell. I have the full force of the American government. I have the full force of the Department of Justice. I have the full force of the IRS. What do you say we start looking into some of your business deals? What do you think we start opening up some of your campaign finance? What do you say we start looking into that? It's like, I mean, it's stuff I have honestly advocated for. Like when Biden was in office and he was having such a hard time getting Joe Manchin or Cinema on board with some of these things. Like Joe Manchin had so many corruption things. His daughter was running horrible schemes down in West Virginia. It's like, why don't you just tell him his daughter's going to jail if she doesn't
Cinema, finema, inema, finema.
If you don't vote for this thing. I mean, he knows how to wield his power. It's very clear. I think people are so confused. They're like playing the old clips. Look at what Dan Bongino said. Look at what Kash Patel said. Look at what Pam Bondi said. And it's like, yeah, well, Trump said otherwise. Now they say other shit.
I just wonder how this is all gonna. Is it gonna be like some people when they have an abusive parent? They're not fully released from that trauma and cannot truly move on until that parent dies.
Is that true?
Yeah, in some cases. And I wonder if a similar thing is going to happen, not only within the Republican Party, but just collectively across the country when he dies.
We're going to have to we're going to have to spend so much American taxpayer money on these congressional
therapy
therapists.
sessions.
This is bullshit.
Just to go back to Epstein. Listen, we've all had our little...
You like the guy.
I mean, I just think he was I just don't understand. Like, brother, it look
What is he
when
gonna say about Epstein?
when I was younger and I like I
I'm so curious where this is going.
when I was younger and I would jerk off, I would have such
What?
shame.
Every turn, I don't know.
When I was younger, I would jerk off and I would have shame. I mean, we all did, right? Right? He's nodding his head.
Still do, brother.
He's totally
Still do.
He gets it. Yeah, we still do. We still have shame.
You go, I'm disgusting.
Especially if you're like looking at some pornography or something. Afterward, you're like, God damn, look at me. What am I doing? Delete cookies, or you
close your private tab.
So yeah, you toss the magazine, whatever it is.
Magazine.
Whatever it is.
Sears catalog.
If you're someone like Jeff Epstein, didn't you at any point like or like after you break up with someone, you deleted your text, you would think that he would have some kind of post-nut clarity moment where he goes, Jesus.
Oh.
I got thousands of hours of
I imagine he's a sociopath.
videos of me getting jerked off. Golly. Woof. You would think.
I imagine he's a sociopath.
Yeah, I know, but you would think that there'd be one sliver of a moment where he's like, this is incriminating. I should delete this because it's me getting jerked off by the people that I'm sex trafficking. It's mind-boggling.
I do think it's much deeper than that, though.
Yeah.
I think like the more you pull at the thread, there's all kind of like CIA and intelligence people involved, and I don't think he was necessarily like acting in his own on his own volition at all times. I mean, there are weird moments throughout the years where he's been arrested on.
And he knows that he's untouchable. You've seen the footage of
not
him
only
getting
that, but
interrogated.
like the people, the law enforcement people saying that they had him in custody, and then they got a
phone call.
Yeah, that he's intelligence, let him go. So I don't. I think if anything, I mean, he might have been like, Jesus Christ, I'm in so fucking deep with the.
Yeah,
I'm running a pedophile ring for the fucking CIA. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, sorry, I got something stuck in my hair.
It's okay.
Ugh.
But
mean,
I did want
too much to fucking
read. One of the scariest things I saw was someone reposted that. I remember seeing it when all the Epstein stuff was going on, but Melinda Gates talk about.
How Bill.
But the way she seems like so scared of this man. She said she met him and she was like, it was the most chilling experience.
You know, it was also widely reported that Bill had a friendship or business or some kind of contact with Jeffrey Epstein, and that you were not. That was very upsetting to you. Did that play a role in the divorce at all in this process?
Yeah, as I said, it's not one thing. It was many things. But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you made that clear to him?
I made that clear to him. I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards. So,
Isn't that crazy?
My heart breaks for these young women because that's how I felt. And here I'm an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It's awful.
You felt that the moment you walked in. I didn't realize
awful.
That. Yeah.
And okay, I want to share something.
You met Jeffrey Epstein and he gave you nightmares?
No, just speaking to how. Whoa, geez.
What?
My hair is flaking. It's on my shoulder. Jesus Christ. Fuck. My friend went to a big party. I told you this story. Went to a big party a couple months ago. Celebrities, like big, powerful, rich and famous, top of the list celebrities. And she went with her friend who has a young Russian model girlfriend.
How young are we talking?
She's, I don't know, 24, 25.
Okay.
And her friend with the girlfriend is approached by this very famous, very popular, successful, massively rich, influential movie producer. And she goes up to like talk to the producer and her friend and like try to get an in and meet this guy. And then, he's kind of like, nice to meet you. And then after the party, she's with her friend, the guy with the younger Russian model girlfriend. The friend has since exchanged phone numbers with that older producer man. And he shows my friend the texts from the producer, and it says, "What's it like to fuck that girlfriend of yours?" Which is just on so many levels. Like, number one, the audacity to ask another man that about his partner is
crazy,
is insane.
If you send me that text after you meet my girlfriend, I'd probably kill you.
Yeah, I would go nuts. And then you're that horny. You're not. Are you just?
Well, I mean,
I just don't understand it.
Hollywood's the biggest sex abuse ring in the world.
I mean, it's.
Those guys run on sex abuse.
Oh yeah,
those guys. Look, 2017 obviously like flipped it upside down with the whole. Stop pulling stuff.
No, I had something stuck in my hair. I'm gonna have you pull it out in a sec.
I'm so curious.
No, it's cool. Forget about it. You didn't see anything. Go on. Sex rings?
Yeah, but like all those guys didn't just all of a sudden change because those stories came out. I don't know. It's a pretty horrifying.
The most horrifying / entertaining. I don't worry. I'm not conflating the two, but like. The conspiracy theory is that in order to make it to the top echelons of society, no matter what line of work you're in, there comes a point where they're like, all right, now you got to fuck a kid.
Look, you want
this?
You want this promotion in the construction industry?
You got to fuck a kid.
You got to fuck a kid.
So you would think though that like Elon Musk or any of the 1,000 billionaires and titans of industry out there would come out and go, they approached me and they told me that in order to make it, I need to fuck this kid. And I said no, and I'm exposing them. Like, why not just do that if that's really the case?
You would have to imagine I don't know. It would be surprising that he's not on it. If the Simpsons guy is on it, Elon's not in on it?
I feel like Elon's too interested. He's too autistic. Like, there is something about him where I'm like, damn, dude, you're so close.
He does seem uninterested in sex a little bit. Like, all those women with the children, they all say that, like...
Yeah, he just wants to make a
he,
baby.
Like, mailing them his cum or something? And
I mean, do you have a more efficient way to impregnate a woman?
I don't think he was having sex. I think, like whatever it is, 14 out of the 16 kids or whatever have been conceived outside of
with a baster,
intercourse.
A tricky baster? Yeah.
I think so. I think like some of these women he hasn't even met. He's just like, can I mail you it? Please, can I fucking mail you it?
Can I mail you my cum, please?
Please let me fucking mail you it. That's the sex to him. He doesn't really, he gets off on other things. The gaming, the power.
You agree? He gets off on gaming?
He clearly gets off on
the
lengths he's gone to proving that he can actually game.
Do you think he's one of those guys who like sticking those metal rods up his urethra?
I haven't thought.
I bet he's tried it.
I only just found out about that
Brother, get with the program.
Do you remember where I found out about it?
No.
In Austin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We were in a.
Oh, I've known about it.
We were in a. I was having the time of my life. I was learning about so many things. We were in a gay sex store, and I would just look at something. I was like, "Well, what do you do with this thing?" I don't even. And
you stick it up your urethra. Right,
some
guys are into that.
I finally like, look, I'm so sorry. I keep asking you questions, but like, what do you do with this one? And he was like, yeah, you just. I was like, oh. And some of them are quite large.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus.
So you think he could be one of those guys?
I definitely think that he's explored the limits of
hey, we might not know if
what's considered pleasure and pain.
We could potentially be one of those guys. I've never tried it.
Yeah. I remember reading about a guy who did it with a long wax rod and it broke in half.
A long wax rod.
Like instead of it being metal, he did it with wax and then it broke off inside of his dick hole. Yeah.
I mean,
that's something for you to think about.
Wax isn't even that.
I don't know.
It's a crazy.
Hey, man, I'm just reporting the news here. Well, speaking of mysteries, I thought this would be a fun note to go out on. Over the weekend, the Bitcoin world went absolutely nuts with speculation.
They're always going absolutely nuts, aren't they?
I mean, dude, between Epstein and this, these are some of my favorite things to just think about because it's such a huge mystery that we're actively living through. Who these mystery billionaires are. Totally, nobody knows who these people are.
I think that's what drives me crazy about it, and which is why sometimes I'm like, I feel like I have the propensity to be like, I'll be a crazy guy where people will be like, you gotta come back to reality. Like, I've lost myself in like JFK stuff, and so that's why I was like, okay, I'll fucking look through the binoculars at the. But they're never gonna tell us, and we're all gonna. I mean, the mounting evidence that will drive you crazy is you can't get lost on it.
Well, so picture this. It's 14 years ago. You bought 80,000 Bitcoins between 78 cents and $3.37. You got over 100,000 times return on your money. And that 80,000 Bitcoin is now worth $8.69 billion. And people were seeing that Bitcoin was thought to be just like lost or burned or whatever because it hadn't moved in 14 years. And then all of a sudden, in 10,000 Bitcoin chunks, it got moved not to exchanges because people were speculating that it was some like longtime whale who was about to start dumping it. Wasn't the case. The speculation was that, and it's all speculation. Some people say that it was just some original early miner. I'm not talking about someone under the age of 18. Talking about someone who was mining Bitcoin because, according to the blockchain, it was like blocks that were awarded to that person for doing mining. Speculation that it was being moved to a more secure wallet, which is like, you did it after 14 years? You would think that there was also speculation.
I don't know.
What?
You were saying that someone wrote a long piece about how like that price is not moving anymore. And
what?
It really like this kind of, I think.
The guy's a kook.
Oh, but it's really not moving. I'm like,
it's consolidating.
I was telling you, I was so pissed because I almost bought in again at 100, and now it's been at like 108 I've never seen it so stable. Yeah, honestly.
I picked up some Ethereum today. I'm gonna buy some more, because at this point it's been 14 years. It's probably just gonna keep going. But the head of product at Coinbase speculated that it might be a hack because there was some kind of evidence that there was a test. There was I don't know how the hell he determines this. My favorite though was there's some people in China who say it's someone named Fried Cat. That's this guy's monitor. His name is Zheng Xinyu. Zheng Xinyu, who crowdfunded in 2012. This kid was like 15, and he crowdfunded. He did a crowdfund under the name Fried Cat to buy a bunch of or to create some minor things. And apparently this kid was once 42% of the global mining, Bitcoin mining thing, and then just disappeared. It's just such a cool mystery to me. Who are these mystery billionaires out there? It must feel so good to just be sitting out there just going, fuck, man. Every day you just got to be.
How do I learn how to hack? How do I learn how to get this guy's stuff?
I don't think we can. Man.
Am I too far behind the curve?
Go to Russia,
dude. To become a hacker?
Some hackers in Russia or like North Korea.
Every day I lament missing out.
Me too. It was only 14 years ago. We were full-grown adults.
I know. That's what hurts. We had the opportunity. We fully had the opportunity to participate in all of this. The guys.
We kill ourselves.
Those stories about the guy who like goes to.
The dump
to look for the hard drive or whatever, where he had his Bitcoins. That it's something I don't think I'd be able to handle.
I don't think I'd be able to handle it too. Every day I'd be like,
it would consume me.
Or there were guys that I just wish that I had known to follow. Like there's this one guy whose name I can't remember his name. It's something 8, like oh God. But he's got like 2 million Twitter followers now. And he's one of the earliest Bitcoin enthusiasts, been posting about it, making videos about it for forever. And it's wild to look back at some of these guys just posting videos to YouTube going, I beg you, just take a couple $100 and buy some Bitcoin. If you think I'm wrong, then make a wager against me by just buying some and see what happens.
I don't know if I would have bought it, but the pitch at that time didn't really seem like. Now people talk about it like it's digital gold, like it's this thing that accrues value. But at the time, people were like, this is going to be the new currency.
Yeah,
like, and
that
I was
part
like,
lost me.
You're
I
an
was
idiot.
like, eh.
And I don't think that's ever, maybe it will come true. I don't know. And maybe I just completely whiffed it, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't think so.
If it was a straight up, if they had pitched it to me back then in terms of it being like a stock and it being a supply and demand thing, there's only a fixed amount. There will only ever be 21 million of these things to split among everybody in the world.
I still probably wouldn't have bought.
Well, I probably would have bought. I probably would have had it on Mount Gox, as I've said countless times. And then when Mount Gox went under, it would have just been gone. And I would have been like, just, God, fuck me. Anyway, this is a good place.
But shout out to that poor guy digging through the dump. I mean, I'll see a pair of pants or something I bought, thinking that I was gonna wear them, and that I spent like $80 on, and I'll go like, look at you, you wasted $80. That stuff eats me alive. Imagine
I got several of those pants too.
Oh yeah, you
$120 pants.
This is gonna change my life. I'm actually.
And then someone told me those are like skinny jeans, and I haven't worn any of them. I thought that they fit me real well. These pants that I bought.
It is embarrassing. I've definitely had things where I like wore when I was single that I put on
one time
when you're with a romantic partner and they go like, "Oh, that's not," and you go, "Oh, weird."
Sorry about this.
I used to think this was a cool.
Yeah. Everybody's dressing like cowboys.
But yeah, 2 million. I don't know.
Dude, everybody's dressing like cowboys. I can't keep up. I don't know what's hot anymore with
But
young
that's
men.
good, dude. The worst thing is, look, if you're.
I don't want to get caught in the trends. You're right.
If you're 24, have at it.
Yeah.
Chase
Wear
trends.
the cowboy hat.
Go down to Dime Square. Have the time of your life. Guy who's our age, it's like, buddy,
stop.
Go seek help.
Mm.
You look crazy. You should have a kid. Stop this.
What do you guys think? Why don't you leave a comment? What do you think? What do you dress us up? What would you have me wear? Help me. I don't know what to wear.
Dress
anymore.
us. Dress us now. Someone did send me an AI thing that it's like you, I don't know. You like pop in like, I want to be a cool guy who looks good or whatever. And it's like,
here's what you should wear.
Yeah.
Moron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They can't fix the bug that makes it mean to you, but I think they should.
And hey, before we close out, guys, we got to give a quick shout out to MOOMOO. Huge shout out to MOOMOO, the longest sponsor of the show and the official trading platform of the New York Mets. So, if you're in New York, the tri-state area, or if you're even just visiting the city and going to a Mets game, you can get free tickets to Monday home games at Citi Field if you're a MOOMOO customer. So check out the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to join MOOMOO and earn up to 60 free stocks and two Mets sweet tickets to a game of your choice with a qualified deposit. Plus, you can earn 8.18% APY on your uninvested cash for 3 months. So thank you to MOOMOO and the best team in baseball.
We got to go. We smacked some of those balls around.
We went and it was real fun. They let us do anything we want there.
Get out there, folks.
Yeah. Okay, gang.
Did you call him Gay Gang?
Okay, gay gang. Every month is Pride Month when you're a gay guy.
Every Pride Month is.
Oops.
At Ben and Emil month.
Fuck. Try again.
At the Ben and Emil show. Every month is Pride month.
Woo!
The magic of editing. It's gonna look like I got it right the first time.
So why don't you go ahead and follow us into the bonus? I'm going to go take a pee-pee now.
Oh, we got good stuff. I got to tell you about
stuff.
like a little accidental prank I pulled. I got to tell you about...
I love that. He's going to tell us.
Okay, bye.
Just benandemilshow.com. Okay, bye.
Coming up on this week's episode of benandemilshow.com.
His brother. No, his uncle. His uncle. Look at that guy. Yeah, that's my cousin. Goodness gracious, great balls of cousin. Goodness gracious, great balls of cousin. I married my cousin when I saw her there. She is the daughter of my bass player there. My bass player's my uncle, but I don't care. Goodness gracious, that is my cousin.
Dude, this is the first real canceling. Jerry Lee's career suffered a major setback as a result of the scandal. Concerts were canceled, radio stations banned his music, and he faced public backlash.
Do you think it was because it was his cousin or because he was 13?
I know. I feel like he could have gotten away with one, but it was the double whammy of like, someone was like, did you hear about Jerry Lee Lewis? And they'd go, what? And the other person would go, he married his cousin. They'd go, I don't care. And then they'd go, she's 13. And they go, cancel.
Wait.
defenders of billionaires will say.
Am I saying crazy? What you about to say?
They'll say that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he truly went to the investors and said, "But she crazy, what about to say? I'm gonna start Amazon."
Damn, dude, imagine your stepson being like, "Can I have $500,000?" And you're like, "For books?" And he's like, "They have a lot of SKUs."